Right, Joe, they say the game's all about momentum. 3 unbeaten now, heading into Cheltenham at the weekend.
Yeah, and I think we've certainly picked up as a group. The results testify to that, but I think the level of performance can still get better, that's for sure. But yeah, look, really pleased with where the group's at. We always work in these kind of 10-game blocks, and the first 3 games of the secondary 10-game block, we've definitely made progress.
All the players now coming back from injury, just a handful now still missing. Makes your job harder and harder, doesn't it?
Depends on how you look on it. No, it will get tricky. Obviously, it's getting tricky already to name a match day squad, because you're leaving some lads who are good players out. It's a nice problem, I would imagine, for a manager, but the key is that the lads drive their own performance, and I think competition for places is clearly hotting up. As I say, competition to get in the match day squad's hotting up, and I think that'll naturally drive the standards on a day-by-day basis.
And those lads that do miss out then, Joe, what can you say to them? What words can you offer them?
I don't think there's anything you can say that'll make them feel any better. There's nothing worse if you're fit and healthy and you're not selected by the manager for the match day squad. There's no words. You do try and console them and give them some reasoning, and if they've been out of it for a prolonged period, you try and give them some pointers as what work they've got to do to get back in there. But again, I think players have to understand that the modern game is very rare now. You have just 11 good players. If you want to be successful and build a good group and have a good team, you've got to understand that there's got to be 15, 16 lads competing hard for 11 jerseys, and we're fortunate the support the owner's given us here that he allows us to build a squad capable of competing in the division. The difficulty for us was in the early part of the year. You got key injuries all in the same department, and thankfully the treatment tables started to empty, and the physio room's emptying out, and that's led to an improving performance and obviously results.
Joe, just finally, what should we expect from Cheltenham at the weekend?
I think they're a good solid side. As I say, the likes of Cheltenham and MK and obviously Cambridge, before that, for us are good barometers about kind of where the league's at. Teams that have come out of League 2 and established themselves as League 1 outfits. Obviously MK, give it a scare last year in terms of getting from League 1 to the champ. But the other two sides, obviously Cheltenham, who play Saturday, and Cambridge have, came up and stayed up and have established themselves in the division. And I think as a newly promoted team, you're always setting your benchmark by those type of teams. Maybe not like your Derby and your Portsmouths and the sides who have massive budgets and are expected to get out the division. You set your barometer off the sides who have stayed in the division comfortably, and I think Cheltenham, I know they've changed manager this year from Duffo to Wade, but I think they've shown a level of competence, and we'll have to be at our best if we're going to take anything out of the game.